Welcome back to Ravens Today. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video. Bad news and good news. Let's just start with the bad news first, fans. Ardarius Washington had an Achilles tear just a couple of days ago during offseason conditioning, and he is going to be out for the 2025 season. There's a small chance that he could come back if we make a deep playoff run, but it just looks unlikely. It's very unfortunate, especially after the year he had last season, where he was a crucial part in the Ravens' defensive turnaround after Week 8. And man, it's heartbreaking. He was a restricted free agent, and the Ravens got his tenured contract, and he was looking to get a bag after this season, but he just has to wait until he is fully recovered and fully back on that field, and it's just unfortunate. Prayers up to him, and wishing for a speedy recovery from him. Just heartbreaking to see, especially when it's just the beginning of off-season workouts. But again, prayers up to him. Hopefully, he comes out of this stronger and faster than ever. Looking at the players that could replace him potentially, there's still some free agents out there that could be a good potential, replacements that the Ravens could look at. One of them is Justin Simmons. He was on the Falcons last season. He had 2 interceptions, 7 pass deflections as a Falcon. This would be a great pickup. Would be my number one pickup in my opinion if the Ravens are going to go that route. Sign him to a year vet minimum, and hopefully he can transition well to the Ravens defense. I'm all for this if the Ravens decide to go this route. There's also the option of Quandre Diggs, who started 8 games with the Titans last season. Still has some gas left in the tank there, and just to be a body that the Ravens could use to have that replacement there. And we still got Starks there, but if we were to use Starks at all ends of the field and Kyle Hamilton at all ends of the field, I think that having a free agent signing is a good idea, especially if we can finally unleash the beast that is Kyle Hamilton. There's also Chuck Clark. That's all I'm going to say about that, really. I don't want that signing at all. But moving on, I think Justin Simmons is the best choice. If it's not him, next, Quandre Diggs. Again, you just can't replace Ardarius Washington like that, but I feel like that the Ravens need to start just looking at options, just trying to figure out how that hole can be filled up partially, just to have someone there that can hit the ground running and try to allow the Ravens to be flexible on defense. Moving on, we got some good news here. I'm so happy with this one. Derrick Henry is staying in Baltimore, signed a 2-year, $30 million, 25 guaranteed. $25 million guaranteed. The most ever to a running back over 30 years old. All for this. All for this. I wish I had my Derrick Henry jersey on, but I put it in storage right after the season ended, and those jerseys only come back for the season when the NFL season is in full swing, because you got to wear your jersey every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday for your team. But here's my thing with this: there is that through 2027, there's going to be a lot of dead cap on his salary on our end, and this is a little bit risky, but I feel like after the year he had with the Ravens on his first season, I feel like this is a really, really safe deal for us. I mean, he is 31 years old, but if he can still ball out for the next 2-3 years, I feel like that this is just a great investment, and we can always adjust dead cap anyway with contract adjustments. EDC has done it before many times with Ronnie Stanley's contract adjustment, Marlon Humphrey's contract adjustment. Players on the Ravens are usually flexible when it comes to that, and our management has been very aware of any dead cap and being able to minimize it as much as we can. But this signing extension right here just tells me that Derrick Henry is going to retire in Baltimore. Let's just go chase that ring with him. Let's just 2 if we can. I'm all for it, and I'm just glad that Big D is staying in Baltimore for the long run that he has left. And Tim and Lamar just are always in sync together, and all for this deal. Well deserved for this man, and totally looking forward to seeing him play his years out in Baltimore. All right, moving on. As of this video, the schedule's already been released, but I'm giving you the week 1 matchup that's been leaked already, and the week 2 matchup that's been leaked already as well, because every year the NFL schedule gets leaked somehow for every team. Every team gets a leak in there, and people are able to figure out when their team is going to play at this team, and at what stadium and what time. So we're going to go into the leaks that I saw for the Ravens for the week 1 and the week 2. Week 1 will be a rematch against the Buffalo Bills, Sunday Night Football at Bills Stadium. I didn't want this, but let's go. Let's go. We're just gonna hit the ground running, and we're gonna hit it hard. We had the Chiefs last season. We lost by a toe, but we can definitely get our get back against the Bills with a fully healthy team. And Zach Orr is year 2 as defensive coordinator, so I feel like he's going to be a lot more comfortable in that position. Plus, I feel like the Ravens are going to be able to, just move the ball. They're going to be way more in sync than they were last season at the start of the season, and I feel like we got this. Let's go. We're Sunday Night Football. Let's just go. I have all the faith in the world that the Ravens can pull it out of this one. The week 2 is going to be at M&T Bank Stadium against the Browns. Here's my thought process on this. Joe Flacco's on the Browns. Joe Flacco could play against the Ravens week 2. Coincidence? I think not. I think that this is kind of like a welcome home Joe type of thing. We're going to kick your butt, but it's great to have you back in Baltimore again. We never had that matchup with the Browns when Joe Flacco was able to haul them to the playoffs. I think the NFL really wanted that because it would be great TV, but didn't happen. And now we finally get that chance again if Flacco is the starter. I loved Joe Flacco as a Raven up until his time with the Ravens was up and we drafted Lamar, and now I love Lamar. Joe Flacco provided so much to the Ravens, got a Super Bowl with us, and it'll be fun to have him back in, but unfortunately Ravens are going to destroy the Browns week 2. I think we'll go 2-0. Saying it right now. Not jinxing it either. And this matchup is just like, I feel like that this matchup is just going to allow Joe Flacco his kind of farewell in Baltimore, and it just happens to fall on week 2. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's send Joe Flacco off into the sunset, and M&T Bank is behind him. Obviously, he's gonna, if he wins the starting job and keeps the starting job, he'll play out the rest of the season pending any injuries. But this is probably his final goodbye to M&T Bank Stadium. But guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Thank you for tuning in to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will talk to you all later, and tomorrow's video will be covering all things about the schedule once it's fully out, and any other breaking news stories that come up during the day. Thank you. Have a good one.